we're joined by a veteran, a panel, an eminent panel that joins us to discuss this situation. We're joined by Army veteran from Manipur, Lieutenant Colonel Al Manongba. He joins on the Mojo Story. Welcome to the show. He's a veteran Gorkha soldier from Manipur and also served in Kargil War. We are also joined by Major Muhammad Ali Shah, ex-ADC to GOC Spare Corps. Welcome to Mojo Story, sir. Major Muhammad Ali Shah, you would like to elaborate further on this, that there have been different cycles, that initially not many weapons were used, but then more weapons are used, and now there are specific targeted killings. These are all patterns to a conflict area, that this is developing one by one. There have been protests, and now there's a fear that perhaps terrorists could infiltrate into those protests, and they would have their own agenda to carry forward. And also, the other thing that I wanted to ask, the weapons that were looted, do you think that those are also being used now on the ground, and that's why we're seeing this escalation?
Jafar bhai, thank you very much for inviting me to your show, and it's an honor to be here with my senior veteran, Kalongo Basab. Firstly, see, regarding the weapons being used in Manipur, let me make it one thing very, very clear. I was ADC to the corps commander there, and the undergrounds over there had sophisticated weapons, Chinese made, and very, very sophisticated weapons. So it's not about weapons only, and it's not that now they have come out with sophisticated weapons. And most certainly, the weapons which have been looted from the police armory, and those weapons definitely coming into play. They are definitely being made use of. I mean, why else would those weapons be looted? Secondly, thirdly, I would say, what does a common person from Manipur want? He wants peace.
Absolutely.
He wants peace. Be it a Maite, be it a Kuki, be it a Naga. He wants peace. He wants to relax and go to sleep at night in peace, and he'll wake up in the morning luxuriously. He does not want to wake up with bullets and bomb blasts and the houses being burnt and his friends and near and dear ones dying over there.
Right.
Now, how will the fire be doused? Let me tell you.
Absolutely.
A common person from Manipur, be it a Maite or a Kuki, is looking for peace. Why is peace not happening in Manipur despite over 4 months now? Why? It's a question we all should think about. And another question we all were asking last year: till when will Russia-Ukraine war go on till? My goodness, it's still going on. The military action that Russia did on Ukraine. What about our own home? In Manipur, unfortunately, I love Manipur. Let me tell you, I love Manipur. I love the people there. They're so hospitable, so loving, so large-hearted, so principled, so cultured.
Yeah.
And why, when they can give, Jafar bhai, I saw exceptional reporting by Barkha Dutt on ground zero when she went to Manipur. From both sides. She was very, very neutral, and she reported both sides from the ground zero. I can vouch with conviction that she must have had a very good experience with the people over there, with the common Manipur people over there. And we are Mayanks, like people like you and me. We are outside from Manipur, so we are Mayanks. But I don't consider myself to be a Mayank. I don't know if Colonel Manongba will agree with me to that or not. Mentally, I feel that I am a person from Manipur. So when they can be so good to Mayanks like us, why can't they be good to each other? So most certainly something, a larger picture which is not meeting our eye. There's a much larger picture to this. Why the violence is not coming down right now, Jafar bhai?
So that is the point, that the steps taken to bring about reconciliation have not worked, are still not working. You put it rightly that in the end, that everybody living there wants peace. They want to live a normal life like anybody else. But why is it so difficult to bring about that reconciliation?
So that is the whole point. Right now there is a gentleman called Mr. Amrik Singh Pawa. He's a Sikh gentleman from Manipur. Why I'm a little surprised why aren't his services been utilized as yet? He's an experienced person from Manipur. He is in very, very good terms with all tribes, all communities, all areas, all regions, all villages. Why hasn't officially, formally, his services, like similarly, he's just one example I'm giving you. They are former chairman Sikh Fire Monitoring Group, they are former Director General of Assam Rifles, they are former General Officer Commanding Spare Corps, they are former governors, they are former chief secretaries, they are former Director General of Police. How many of them have been called for giving ideas? Not a single person. Not a
Right.
single person till now. And I am really amazed by that. There's no dearth of people like who are not from Manipur, who are totally neutral party, who will
And
say, yes,
that is a very important point.
Major Mohammed Ali Shah, he has been very familiar with the Northeast and especially Manipur. So, I mean, he has got very wide knowledge about the ongoing situation.
The forces on the ground, be it police or the army. Major Muhammad Ali Shah, maybe you will throw some light on this. What are they supposed to do? There is a buffer zone that has been created, but this fighting is continuing. It is not an enemy, it is not somebody, some external force that they have to deal with. These are people, these are citizens of the same of the country. They belong to the same country, and they are fighting. What can the security forces, the army, do in such a in such circumstances? There is also reportedly that a letter was sent by to the Editors Guild by the army to do an examination of the situation on the ground as far as reportage by local media is concerned. So it is a challenge. It's a very difficult and a different challenge. It is not dealing with terrorism as such, where you know clearly there is a force, there is an opponent in front of you, or it's a external force or a different army. But here there are two communities involved. That's entirely different challenge for the security forces and the army.
right, Jafar bhai, the thing is, let me explain to you in this way for everyone to understand. In the year 2004, there was a very sad case, a very allegedly Manorama Devi rape case against the Assam Rifles, person against the army, and against there was a whole lot of flack that the army and the Assam Rifles got, not just in Manipur, even in the other nearby neighboring states, even in Nagaland, even in Mizoram, even people where there are armed forces friendly states. There this happened. So I stepped foot in the on the soil of Manipur as a young captain in the year 2005.
Yeah, yeah,
Now, the perception, and I had come from JNK. You are from JNK, so
yeah,
you'll understand.
yeah,
Both the
yeah,
states had Armed Forces Special Power Act, and we had
yes,
hardcore operations. So I had
yes,
just spent a couple of years in Jammu Kashmir, and I had come to Manipur. I
yeah,
was told that यहाँ मुंडन करा लो अभी वहां जाने से पहले. Don't use your tactics which you use in JNK in Manipur is
right,
totally different, rightly, and rightly so,
absolutely,
and rightly so. So let
yeah,
me tell you my experience when I was there as an armed forces personnel. When when the locals would see my troops and me in uniform with our heavily armed AK-47s and bulletproof
right,
vests and the black patka which we wear on
yes,
our head,
yes, yes, yes,
they would say, Captain Ali, I was the captain that time. Captain Ali, when we see you in uniform, we feel the army, the armed forces here to protect us now. We do
yes,
not get intimidated anymore.
yes,
Why? Because I followed one simple philosophy was winning the way to move forward was to win by winning hearts and minds. Every 3 months, I would donate my blood. Not just me. When I say me, I mean our entire company, entire battalion. We all used to organize blood donation camps, education camps, and people would say, "यहाँ पे social service कर रहे हो or soldiering?" We're like, "See, soldiering. Ultimate, what's the means to an end? What is the end
yes,
result? End result is to maintain peace, and there are our own people
absolutely.
here. You can't
Absolutely.
fly over."
That reminds me of Operation Sadbhavna in JNK. You know, it was done at such a huge scale and is still going on in different parts of JNK. You know, to earn the goodwill of the people, it's not just only fighting, but you know, there's a different aspect to it altogether. But here, that's what I'm saying. The dynamics on the ground are different because there are two communities fighting. It's more challenging. I think it's very challenging.
Absolutely, absolutely. When our CDS, General Anil Chauhan had said earlier, it said in the beginning itself, it's an ethnic problem, not an insurgency problem. When there is an
Yes,
insurgency problem, you know where to point your weapons at and how.
yes,
But when it's an ethnic clash, there are civilians who are involved. There
yes.
is, it is very tough. It's very damaging. It's very sad, and it's
Absolutely.
very challenging there. It's extremely challenging. Now there are wars being fought, there are battles being fought, not just gunfight on ground, not just killings, but they are legal battles also which are involved now. There's
Absolutely.
been raining FIRs. The state has seen so many FIRs, and people are getting intimidated, not just by violence only. Because nobody, at the end of the day, let's accept the fact nobody wants to get into a legal battle. or an FIR or a court case. You get a
Yes.
legal notice, किसी को भी हो. People are, oh,
Yeah.
legal notice आना ही, it gives people the jitters. So the very fact is, it is very sad and unfortunate that even outside Manipur, my cookie friends and my Maite friends cannot look up each other eye to eye. And these are the same people who were very, very good friends earlier. I have personal
And
friends from the army. I have trained with them. We have fought shoulder to shoulder. Major Rajkumar Jaljit Singh, he's not in the army anymore. And Major Lamthing Thang Khongsai. One is a Maite, one is a cookie, and we were best of friends.
yes.
And I learned so much about their culture, so much about their culture. I learned the language, as I keep saying, Ainanganumchi Manipur. And even among the cookie tribe, there are so many good people. Among the Maite, there are good people. The very fact, I'll tell you what, and I will tell in by and large, not all media channels, but many media channels. I have learned one thing. They are out to, I don't know what they are interested in. Many of them, I don't find many people generally coming forward for peace or talking peace.
Right.
They want to provoke the issue. And
Yeah.
okay, I'll give you, and that excludes you, by the way. I'm not meaning towards you. You're doing a great job, and I commend you for that. And
Yeah.
I'll give you an example, and I'll conclude by that. Initially, when this entire Manipur violence had started, 3rd May, I was very concerned. I was deeply concerned, and I, being a defense analyst, I used to speak very often on the Russia, Ukraine, China, Taiwan.
Yeah.
But then I said consciously, I will only cover Manipur, nothing else. And I was told,
Yes.
don't do that. Don't cover Manipur. Don't dwell there because you will not get any views. You will not get any
Oh.
TRP. In so many
Well,
words, people have told this to me.
we at
I'll-
Mojo Story tried to cover all the sides of the story.
I'll just
We
conclude
went
that
to
way.
ground.
I'll
Yeah.
just conclude. I said to hell with the TRP, that to hell with the views. I love Manipur. I love the Nagas. I love the cookies. I love the Maites. I will speak on Manipur. I will cover it. If
Right.
I will not do it, then what's the point? And then today
Absolutely.
it picked up. It picked up. So the very fact is, I commend you as well. I commend everyone who is taking Manipur to heart and who's
Yes.
genuinely concerned about Manipur, bhai.
Yes.